Thanks for joining me again for our 12 Tips of Christmas video series. We're talking about all the things you should be doing in the wintertime to make yourself better for next year. Something you all need to remember is golf is not a one quick fix type of sport. We're talking about motor learning. We're talking about being able to perform something over and over again. And if you're learning some new things, it's going to take a while. There's no quick fix in this game. It's going to take a long time for you to acquire the skills needed to really become a better player. So don't waste this cold season just waiting for next year to roll around, then figure out, hey, I'm going to try to figure it out whenever the season gets nice. Spend the off season getting yourself ready for next year. Now, the last tip that we're going to talk about that really requires time is get your body ready to play. We don't see it, but the best players in the world, look, we're not going to necessarily have the same swing they do. We may not shoot the same scores they do, but we can copy their habits and we can copy the way they prepare for shots. We can copy the way that they prepare themselves for a round of golf. None of them show up to the golf course and just go to hit balls and get themselves ready to play. It's not how it goes. There are two ways to approach this. You can either hit balls to warm up, or the better way that all the great players do is they warm up to hit balls. They get themselves ready prior to arriving at the golf course, or they get to the golf course and they go to their fitness trailer that's out there with them on tour and they get themselves ready. They're activating the parts of the body that they are going to have to use for that day. So make sure that before a round of golf, you're doing things like stretching your hips, warming up your shoulders, getting the glutes firing a little bit. I think everyone used to make fun of Tiger several years ago. He was talking about he wasn't playing all that great. His hips weren't rotating well, and he was talking about his glutes not firing, and everyone kind of laughed at it. But the glutes are a huge power source, very important in the golf swing. Okay, so find a good warm up routine for yourself. Come see me for a warm up routine if you don't know what you need to do, because we can make it specific for you to include the areas of your body that are going to help you improve the parts of your swing and the parts of your game that are going to be the most beneficial. Now, before we even get to go talk about playing golf in the spring, what can we be doing in the off season to get our body ready? Well, first thing is come get a TPI screening. Okay, see either Alyssa in the fitness center or myself. It takes about a half an hour, 45 minutes, and you will leave with an understanding of what your body is capable of doing. See, our body is always going to find its own path of least resistance to swing a golf club. So, my job is to try to get your swing on a pretty decent and repeatable path, right? And then as the TPI assessment will tell us, what is your body capable of? And if there are restrictions there, we can then give you exercises to make that path have less resistance, right? That's what it's going to be all about. And that'll help you play more consistent golf. But this can't wait until April or May when you decide, oh, I'm going to go play golf on Saturday. Let me go figure out how to get my body ready. It's going to take a lot longer than that. Okay. So come on in, see Alyssa or myself. Let's get a TPI assessment, get you on a coaching plan. If you want to see if you really need this, I'm going to tell you right now you do. But if you want to prove it to yourself, do these two things. First thing I want you to do is I want you to stand up, put your feet together, and this is something we've all been testing ourselves on since we were little kids, and I'm still terrible at it. Okay, so it's something I'm constantly working on. But all I want you to do, you can grab a rod or a golf club. You don't have to have anything in your hands to do this, but all you're going to do is just tilt forward and try to get all the way down and touch your toes. I cannot touch my toes. Okay, so I've got some limitations there, things that I work on in my golf swing, things like early extension, things like hip mobility, that I have restrictions on that I'm always working on in my golf swing. And when I'm playing my best, I get a lot closer to my toes. I can be more consistent that way. If you can't touch your toes, you need some exercises. Another one that'll really tell us this is a really important factor in being able to swing the golf club. And if you can do this, you've got a really good chance of having some nice swings. Start with your arms at about 90 degrees. Grab a club or a stick. Could even be a broom handle. Fine by me. Feet are about hip width apart. Remember, your hip joint is right in the middle of your legs, so they're just outside of hip width right here. And all you're gonna do is extend your arms straight up over your head. Now, what you got to do? Keep your heels on the ground. And what you're going to do is go down into as deep a squat as you can without your heels coming off the ground and without this bar falling forward. Okay. This is no good. And the heels coming off the ground is also no good. And then just see if you can get your pelvis down below your knees. So your knees should be able to go past 90 degrees all the way down to the ground and then back up. Now, that's one that I'm pretty decent at. Okay. I've got some good strength and flexibility in that direction. I've got some good dorsiflexion flexibility, things that help me stay in my posture during the golf swing. But if you can't do either one of those two, you definitely need to get yourself ready to play, and you definitely have to prepare your body to be able to do it. So come on in, see me for a TPI screen. Let's get you a workout plan for the off season so that you are fully ready. Your body's ready to go when it turns springtime. You don't want to see injury. You don't want to have to overcome torn muscles or soreness, and you don't want to have any more limitations than necessary in your golf swing. So get yourself on a coaching plan. Get your body ready for spring. Get your body ready to play before you go out and actually play the game. I look forward to seeing you out here soon. Merry Christmas.